Call the meeting to order.
Councilman Samaluka?
Here.
Councilman Garrick? Here. Councilwoman Sanchez? Councilwoman Sanchez is unable to be here due to a family situation. Councilwoman Mazer?
Here.
And Council President Accomando.
Here. Please rise for the salute of the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all council members and to all legal newspapers in accordance with provisions of Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975.
The public is hereby advised any statements made during the meeting of the Township Council of the Township of Southbrook may not be privileged or protected, and that persons or entities who take issue with such comments or are offended by saying may and have in the past or will be addressed to the courts. Any member of the public who addresses the council speaks for themselves and not for the council.
Motion to open the meeting to the public.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The meeting is now open to the public. Anyone wishing to speak? Thomas.
Good evening, everyone. Thomas Van Winkle, 128 Lincoln Avenue, Southbrook. I want to begin by personally congratulating Councilwoman Mazer, Councilman Samaluka, and Councilman Garrick on their re-elections to the council for the next 4 years. And you guys have done a great job, and I know you'll continue to do a great job for the next 4 years. So I do want to start out by congratulating you on your re-election.
Thanks.
The next thing I want to talk about, as always, is the Mayor's Youth Group, what we've been doing over the last couple months. I was unable to be here at the public meeting last month, so I do want to catch you guys up. So we'll just work kind of backwards. We helped out, we participated in the annual Halloween trunk or treat on Saturday, October 26th. We decorated my car. We did SpongeBob SquarePants theme. It was a huge hit, and I want to thank everyone. We had a number of members help decorate and help supply the candy to the kids who attended. It was very well attended. Thankfully, the weather was gorgeous this year, not as hot as the year before. So that was a bonus this year. So again, I do want to thank everyone for that. We also participated in the annual Halloween decorating contest in town, and I'm going to just pull up the results. I don't want to get the winners wrong here. Bear with me 1 second. Here we go. Okay, so on Monday, October 28th, the Mayor's Youth Group went out to judge the houses that entered the Halloween decorating contest. We had 14 houses in the decorating contest this year, and the youth group decided on the following winners. Third place was 65 Medwood Drive. Second place was 46 Oxford Ave. First place was 48 Ackerman Ave. So we do want to congratulate all the winners in that contest. Also, the youth group helped out with the senior Halloween party at the VFW. I wasn't able to attend, but I do want to thank the youth group for, as always, being involved. Let me think what else we had. We met in September, just to go over everything going on. Looking ahead, we will be participating in the holiday decorating contest, which is going to start December 1st. We don't have a date yet to judge, but usually we go out and judge the week of Christmas, and then we will announce the results on Christmas Day on the youth group Facebook page, and it'll be shared to the town page as well. So again, just to close, the youth group, as I say every month, every time I come up here, the youth group is open to any Saddlebrook resident, whether you go to the public schools or whether you go to private. As long as you live in Saddlebrook, you're grades 4 through 12. This year, you are welcome to join. And you can register online, go to our social media page, the Facebook page, or our website, again, sbnyg.weebly.com, and to sign up. You're welcome anytime. Thank you.
Perfect time.
Yeah, like you planned that.
Got
We tore it all hard out. Anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing none.
Motion to close. Okay. Looking for a second.
Looking for a second.
Second.
Somebody
Somebody got a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting meeting is not closed to the public. Mayor?
Okay, I'm gonna try to talk a little fast, but I do have several things. Taxes are due, fourth quarter, by Tuesday, November the 12th, due to a 10-day grace period that falls on a Saturday, and then with Veterans Day being on Monday, the 11th. As Mr. Scatino said, we do have the resolution on tonight for 7393 Market. The planner did a redevelopment plan, which is going before the planning board this month. So we're happy that that's moving along. Construction, paving update. There's not much to say, but that I talked to the engineer, Bob, tonight for the work session, and the streets that were milled and curbing and ramps were done will be done before the end of the year. We have nice weather now. It'd be good to get it done when the weather's good before it gets too cold. So we're pushing for that. Public service, gas and electric, those gas mains that they're doing right now, they're in my area of town by the tree streets, ash, maple, spruce, elm, larch, and pine. The Saddle River Road, again, will be closed. This should be the final, not weekend that they're closed. They should finish the work up on the Garden State Parkway Bridge overpass. So it'll be closed this Friday, November the 9th, from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Monday, November the 12th. So hopefully, keeping our fingers crossed that they're very diligent, as long as the weather permitting, and it seems like the weather's going to be good. So hopefully they'll get that done. Rat update. Since mid-October, we've had 4 reported sightings. 3 were involved property maintenance issues, which are currently being addressed. 1 was a trash issue where the resident was putting the trash out very, very early, a day or 2 before. And as the gentleman that was here was talking about the raccoons, and, animals were getting into it, and it was causing a problem. So, Avon Park, their traps, there's still activity with the traps, but it's not as frequent. So we're not getting the same number. It's less, which is a good thing. Now with the winter coming up, I mentioned this in the work session to Mrs. Deridorian, who was speaking about the garbage cans with lids, that with the winter coming, there's steps that can be taken, every homeowner can take to really reduce the risk of having mice and rats enter their home. So we're going to put that on the town website. We have a special section on rodent control, also the Facebook page. But just really briefly, some of the things, there's really 6 things. 1 is inside your house, you got to store anything. Make sure you have it in containers. Don't leave countertops with food on it. If you have a pet, dog or cat, you shouldn't leave the food down. And a big thing is seal the all points of entry. They're saying that mice and rats can squeeze through anything bigger than 1/4 of an inch. So you should go look at your house and caulk and do whatever you have to do. Put screening in, check your windows and screens for any tears and repair them. Again, seal any cracks in the walls or the foundation with wire mesh. If you have firewood, make sure it's elevated and kept away from the house. Install brush strips on your doors, because they can sometimes fit underneath the door. Remove any clutter that you might have in the house. Maintain landscaping. Before the weather gets too cold, perform appropriate yard maintenance. Trim any branches that hang close to your house, as they could provide rats with easy access to your roof or attic. Believe it or not, there are roof rats. We don't have them around here, but out west they have them, where they climb into the trees and they get into the house through the roof. So those are the recommendations, and we're gonna put it in a nice handout, a nice bulletin that we're gonna post. Recent events, trunk or treat was Saturday, October 26th. I wanna thank everyone that participated, the trunks, all the people at the fire department, the police department, women's club, Todd and Shannon Nakamondo, Christine Generario, anybody that helped out there. I'm sure I'm missing somebody, but I thank you. The Saddlebrook Volunteer Fire Department Engine Company number 2 had 2 anniversary celebrations. Ed Sakachi, 50 years of service, and Andy Gallo, our rec director, 25 years. The Halloween decorating contest, Thomas did a good job, so congratulations to the winners. He announced them. So we also had, for the first time, with our Access for All committee and Saddlebrook Angels, we had a sensory-friendly car show, and it was pretty good. There was 50 cars, over 100 people showed up. It was on Friday, November the 1st. So that was a nice event. Upcoming events: Veterans Day ceremony, VFW Circle, Saddle River Road in Mayhill, is 11 a.m. on, why don't I have the date here? 11 a.m. on Monday, the 11th, right? 11 at 11 o'clock. Municipal offices at DPW are closed, so Section 1 yard waste will be picked up on Friday, November the 15th. The holiday tree lighting ceremony is Friday, November 29th, 6 p.m. It's the day after Thanksgiving at the Municipal Complex, 6 p.m. Some other things I have here. I want to wish Pastor Christopher Wolf very well wishes in his new assignment. He left Saddlebrook, he left First Reformed Church. He's now a chaplain at a medical facility in Whitehall, Christian Healthcare Center. Thank you, Thomas. I want to thank him for all he's done for the community, with the Community Partnership Committee, also the food pantry, as well as his ministry at First Reformed Church. A lot of people are sad to see him leave. The garbage ordinance, we talked about that a lot in the work session. It takes effect Wednesday, November the 13th. So garbage must be placed in a container with a lid. Bulk items, non-food kitchen vent garbage that does not fit in a container does not have to be in a can. Again, if you're cleaning your attic or your basement, it's okay to put non-food items, anything like that, in a bigger, heavy-duty plastic bag or something. And we can tell the difference. We know what's household food type garbage and what's not. So, again, I said this at the work session, not to be redundant, but I want the people that are watching this video to know we're not looking to be punitive with this. It's a best practice considering the rat problem that we've had. And we're really looking for voluntary compliance. We had the police department go out when we first, when we started with the ordinance. Well, actually, after the second reading, we had them go out and they gave notices, written notices to the residents that were in violation. Most of it was people that just put the garbage out without any, not in a container. There was some people that didn't have lids, but most of them received it because the garbage was overflowing out of the can. I mean, we're really, we're serious about everything, but we're most serious about the people that just put it out in a plastic bag, because that's just inviting any animal to rip it up. And I think I said this before, that's like a 5-star restaurant for any rodent looking for food. So there were notices, just notices. There wasn't no warning notice, it was just an advisory. And we got a lot of flack for it. No summonses were issued, just like, as I said, just an advisory notice. So we're looking for people to take it seriously. We're not looking to be heavy-handed. Congratulations to the candidates of the municipal election. Dave, Flo, and Andrew, congratulations. It was little bit of a nail biter, even though it actually wasn't. And the end result, we won by a decent amount. So, very happy about that. And also the Board of Education, they were unopposed, but still, you know what, I thank them for wanting to volunteer their time. I think it's important that we, as mayor and council, we kind of debrief the campaign. And what I mean by that, I'm not talking about what we did right as far as what we did, but the opposition candidates, they were very critical and they raised some issues. I disagree with most of them. And it got, political campaigns get contentious, and this one did. But you know what? We gotta be bigger than that. We must not, we can't get offended or insulted by it. This is what happens everywhere. And really, our campaigns, and I believe it's because we have such good candidates that run, they're usually not, they're tame compared. This one wasn't. And we were up against a group that they fought hard. They really did. They fought hard. I'll give them that. But I think we got to look at the issues that may have impacted the voters' decision to not vote for us. We're never going to know what exactly it was, but I think we got a pretty good idea. That's one thing, going door to door, talking to people. We kind of got an idea what issues were on their mind. But we got to consider it as an opportunity to learn and improve our performance, because ultimately, as we're elected representatives, we serve the public, and we must always strive to do better. We have to do better. I think we do pretty well, I really do, and I think we all deserve it. All three of these people, it's an honor and privilege to work with them, and they do work hard, and they're very good at what they do. But there's always room for improvement. So that's we got to look at it that way. I want to thank all the poll workers, Pete, Clerk Pete, Frank Corrali, all the other municipal workers that worked the polls. We had a little we had a little more activity than usual out in the parking lots.
We did.
Which
It worked out.
It worked out. It was okay, but we handled it very well. I think, and the police had to be called because they were a little too close to the doors, and they're supposed to be 100 feet away. And they more or less, they cooperated. It's just they questioned things, but it worked out in the end. And people held their composure, and the police came and they did a good job. So the municipal offices and DPW are going to be closed Thursday and Friday, Thanksgiving weekend. That's the 28th and 29th for Thanksgiving. And Section 4 garbage will be picked up the following Thursday on December the 5th. That's it. I know it was a lot. I hope I talked fast enough. I really wanted the residents, they're watching. I know they're watching too. We're getting a lot of people watching. I wish it was live streamed, I really do. And that's gonna happen, I know. We're there, we're ready.
Councilman David Garrick.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I just want to take this opportunity to thank everybody with this campaign on Tuesday. It's kind of still fresh in everybody's mind. It's only Thursday, 2 days after the election. But I most of all want to thank the residents for putting their faith in me to give me another 4 years. It's something that I obviously take very seriously. I enjoy it. Some people say to me, well, how could you enjoy being up there and sometimes getting criticized and so forth? I enjoy helping the residents. I enjoy trying to solve some of the issues and the problems that may arise. So I just want to thank all of our residents. Without your votes, we couldn't continue to serve. I also just want to thank my team members. Flo Mazer, congratulations. Andrew Sambuca, congratulations. Also Sarah Sanchez and Council President Todd Acamando for your support. Okay, we work well as a team up here, all the council. So I just want to really thank you for all that you do and for supporting us and so forth. I also want to thank my wife, Jill and Olivia. They did walk door to door with me where I heard some of the residents' concerns, which we will debrief definitely. One of those was taxes. We do need to do the best we can with these taxes. We do, but moving forward, we have to put a tighter new sign. And we got to do everything that we can to really look at every single line item. And again, we don't spend one more dollar than we need to, but we still have to look at things and decide what we can do to help the residents, especially in this time with the economy and everything. Things are a little bit difficult. So we'll take that into consideration for sure. And I also want to thank Mayor Bob White, who is the leader of this group. He did an outstanding job. There wasn't a day that went by for the last two months where I didn't get a phone call. And he walked door to door with me. He walked door to door with all of us, listening to residents' concerns. And, you know, you just did so much, Bob, and I just want to say thank you. It was countless hours. And all of our efforts showed at the end of the day with the results. We could talk about all the other people on the ballot and how that affects things. There's a lot of moving parts when you run a campaign. But everything worked out in the end. And I think we do care, we do try, we do put Saddlebrook first all the time. And we'll always continue to do that. And I will always continue to do that as long as I'm here. And I'll continue to listen to the residents and try to come up with solutions and work collaboratively with everyone up here. So I just want to thank everybody for that. We did have a flood committee meeting on October 22nd. It was 6:30 here at the municipal complex. Myself, Pete, Bob White, Steve here was there for the first time. Thank you for coming, Steve. Gail Sikorsky was there as well via phone. Tom Dickman, our OEM person, was there. I think I got everybody. Some of the items of discussion were the county park and the $1 million grant that we got. So we discussed that and the work that's going to be done to the pond there to clean that area up and to dredge that and to make it better to help deal with some of the flooding that's going on there. We also spoke about Woodcrest. There was a resident there that's been getting some flooding in their yard. He backs up to some businesses off of Midland Avenue, so we're looking into how we can help that resident. The third item that we discussed was stormwater management grant. We're getting more information regarding that. The fourth item that we discussed was part of that. There was an October 28th meeting. I think Gail attended that and is going to report out on that to us at our next meeting. That meeting was held in Rivervale. And then the fifth item that we discussed was the Passaic Valley Sewage Commission and their debris and de-snagging. We're in the process of reaching out to them to try to get them to clean up the Saddle River. In case we do have a flood event, they can do everything that they can to help mitigate any type of situation there at the Saddle River. So we are working hard for the residents regarding flooding. Flooding's not an issue. I mean, we've had a basic drought for the last, I don't know how many days, 30 some odd days. So, but it's either feast or famine. We'll get, rain every day for 4 weeks, and then we don't get rain for 6 weeks or 8 weeks. So we have to be prepared. We have to be vigilant, because we just don't know when that next event is going to happen. And having our first responders always available, our OEM coordinator, Tom Dickman, attending all those meetings. We're making sure that we're prepared in the event that the worst does happen, okay? Finally, I just want to wish all of our residents and their families a happy Thanksgiving. And we're here to serve you, so thank you very much. Thank you, Council President.
Councilwoman Mazer?
Thank you, Council President. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all the residents of Saddlebrook that came out and supported our team. I'm truly grateful. It certainly is an honor and a privilege for me to serve as your councilwoman for the next 4 years. Our vision has always been and will continue to be to make Saddlebrook the very best that it can be. We will always have our residents' best interests at heart. I can reassure you of that. I'd like to congratulate everyone that was on the ballot, actually. I give you a lot of credit for coming out and putting yourself out there. It's never easy, but thank you for taking that step. I'd like to congratulate, of course, my running mates, Tom, jeez, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Thomas right now. Sorry. Dave and Andrew, and maybe something you will run, Thomas. Maybe something you will run. There you go. with Dave and Andrew. It was surely made our campaign easy by having such, us getting together and doing the right thing for our residents. And I look forward to, serving with Todd and Sarah, and of course with Pete and our administration for the next 4 years. And thank you so much, Bob, for being our team leader. I know you spent many sleepless nights and whatnot, but we know you always have the best interests of our township also. I'd like to thank the Mayor's Youth Group for always being there for everything. And it was a great turnout for the trunk or treat, best day ever. Everybody had fun. And of course, Shannon and Christine, they always do an amazing job. And to everyone else that was there, thank you so much. Congratulations again to Andy, 25 years, and Ed Scacci for 50. Amazing how the dedication that we have in this township. And closing out, I'd like to have to thank my family and friends. Thank you for your support and also your patience with me. I really do appreciate it. And my new puppy, Josh. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Can't believe we're thinking about Thanksgiving already, but oh wow, it's a couple of weeks away. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thanks again for your support.
Councilman Spillier.
Good evening. Probably the most important thing, and the mayor had mentioned it on 11/11 at 11. The VFW, our local post 3484, will be having their annual Veterans Day celebration. We wouldn't be able to do what we do here, and people throughout the country wouldn't be able to do this kind of governmental activity without them. So just thank you for those who gave everything, and thank you for those who have served and continue to serve here and overseas. So please join us. It seems like the crowd gets a little bit smaller every year, which is a little disappointing, but please come out. And then there's, as always, as Ray Heffernan used to say, Commander Ray, what he used to say? Refreshments at the post. So please come over, and they're very generous. In terms of the garbage, the mayor had mentioned the garbage ordinance. Some people still don't understand the whole thing with the garbage. Yeah, you gotta have a garbage can with a lid on it. You don't have to buy any particular type. You don't have to buy any particular brand. You don't have to buy any particular size. It's gotta be a garbage can, and it's gotta have a lid on it. The lid doesn't need to be attached. It just has to cover it. So there was some misinformation during this election campaign where they came up with a number of $125. I don't know how giant that garbage can has to be $125, but most people, I would say, already have a garbage can. I've got 2 plus some recycling. One of them has a lid, one doesn't. I'm gonna go out and buy a lid. I'm hoping that it's not not gonna cost more than $20, $25. But, just as the mayor said, we're looking for compliance. We're all in this together. We'll get through this together if we work together. Things or events that most of us went to recently, including, I wasn't able to go to that Sensory Car Show, but thank you to James and Monica Maniscalco for once again coming through for the town and for those special needs children by having this Sensory Car Show. In regard to that, Avon Park has been renamed Angels Park. Now, unfortunately, there was some vandalism in terms of graffiti on the storage shed or bin that's over there. If anyone knows who was responsible, please contact the police department, because they're the most fragile of of our residents, the children, and it's doubly horrible when you see somebody destroying or trying to destroy property that's dedicated to those who need the most help. So please, try and help us out, help out your police and help them out. There was Manny Scaragella, there was a fundraiser. Thank you to Diane Bonner for organizing that. Manny was our former rec director. He was involved since our kids grew up together. So I met Manny when my son was 32, yesterday. Happy birthday, Alex. When they were 5 years old, going to kindergarten. Manny was always coaching football, coaching baseball, coaching soccer, coaching everything, basically, everything he could. I think he started the lacrosse program in our town, and he was our rec director for many, many years. Manny's has some issues, and it was a fundraiser, it was a basketball tournament. It was well attended. Thanks to everyone who donated their time for that. And Manny, if you're out there, I wish you the best. We had the senior Halloween party, which is fun to see the seniors having a great time. Some of the costumes were more risque than maybe I'd like, but some of the ladies left nothing to the imagination. So I guess it doesn't matter what age, they were having a great time, and so did everyone. The Women's Club had a tricky tray a couple weeks ago, which was very well attended. They had it at the VFW for years. It got so big they couldn't do it anymore. I think they had maybe 400 people. The calling of the raffles was about 2.5 hours long. Luckily, I won twice. But the Women's Club does a great job. And at every event, they are there helping. So shout out and thank you to the Women's Club. What else I got here? Now I need my glasses. The Firemen's Dinner, which all of us attended. Thank you to them. Again, we thank the veterans for what they did. We have to thank our first responders for what they do. They do that out of the goodness of their heart. In this town, they are upstanding people, and we wouldn't be able to function without them. So I thank them for all they do, and special thanks to Eddie for 50 years and Andy for 25. It's not an easy thing. Now, in regard to the elections, congratulations to Vicky Turbic, Haley Traverso, and Regina Barali for their victory. They were unopposed, but still doesn't make it any less important. It is very important. As Dave has said a number of times, the Board of Education budget composed about 55, possibly, % of your tax dollars. So it's very important. Again, I'm saying the word disappointing a bunch of times tonight. It is disappointing to have someone run unopposed, because there should be competition. Competition is good. It's good for all of us. So if you're interested in the Board of Education, and again, no offense to anyone who's running, I have no clue who's running in the next election, but if you want to get involved, go to meetings. And I ask you not to do what some people have done, and then show up 3 months, before the election is for 3 years or 4 years. All of a sudden, you get this notion. Start coming out, talking to people, talk to people who are on the board. Please give your input. The members of the county, our county slate, Tracy Zar and Steve Tonelli, congratulations. Sheriff Curidan, congratulations. And to Bob Kugler, who ran, I gotta admit, he ran a great race, and he came a little bit short, but Bob, we wish you the best. I'm speaking for everyone here, we do wish you the best. Our election, I want to thank, obviously, Flo, and Dave. Dave worked harder than anyone I've ever seen, and that's been his reputation since I first met him when he helped Mayor White on his first election. I think it was Tuesday morning of election day, and Dave was saying, who wants to join me and hand out literature? I was like, Dave, it's Tuesday morning. It's election day. Just take a break, go to breakfast, calm down. It is what it is, go to the diner, but he never stopped. He's like the Energizer Bunny. Todd, Sarah, helping out, and especially Mayor White, who is again the leader of this town and has been for some time. Now, it was brought up by some critics about we need a balanced council. To me, party affiliation means nothing when it comes to local politics. Absolutely zero. I was a registered Republican and the head of the Republican Party in this town for 12 years, 15 years. My version, or my love for this town didn't change when I changed from an R to a D. My concern is for Saddlebrook. I have my own thoughts on women's reproductive rights, the border, things of that nature, the economy. But I'm running here in Saddlebrook, and we ran because we care about Saddlebrook, and we care about making Saddlebrook a better place to live and to raise your children. People have asked, have your opponents contacted you and give you congratulations, which we were gladly accepted. And to tell you the truth, when election night started, it didn't look good. The first results came out and it was kind of sketchy. So we're thinking, well, we know where they were. We may have to get together and go over there and say congratulations, because again, whoever won, our goal is to make Saddlebrook a better place to live and a great place to live. Well, the answer to that question is no. None of us have been contacted by any of them. I didn't expect two of them to do that. But I am, again, I'll say the word disappointed. I'm disappointed with one of the candidates. I thought he would be a little bit better than that. Again, I'm humbled and honored that Saddlebrook chose us. Donald Trump won Saddlebrook by 20 points. Sheriff Bob Kugler won Saddlebrook by 15 points, which means that there's a heck of a lot of people that went to column one and then switched over because they thought we were the best people to continue to run the town. It's a 4-year term, and my goal is to continue to provide you the services that you deserve and that Saddlebrook needs. So thank you.
I'm not gonna be that long. I do want to congratulate Dave, Flo, and Andrew. It was a little scary Tuesday night. When I saw fear in Bob's eyes, I started to work because he usually doesn't show a little
Too much
emotion, especially fear. So when I saw a little fear in his face, I was like, oh man, what's gonna happen? And all of a sudden, we just started adding the numbers up, and I guess the people of Saddlebrook spoke, and they saw through a lot of stuff that was set up here on the opposite side of us. It's not easy sitting up here getting scrutinized for everything you do. You think you're doing the right thing, and somebody else might say it's a bad thing, but we're not here to hurt anybody. We although we're not all from here, we all have roots here. Our children were born and raised here. So we do have roots here. We do care about the place where we live. We care about where our kids are gonna hopefully spend the rest of their lives, and our grandkids will. So I'm glad that, the people that I've been sitting up here with for 10 years proved to the residents of Saddlebrook that they are, and they will be, the better choice year after year after year. So congratulations to you three, and congratulations Bob, because I know you had your feet in the fire as well. So congratulations to everyone, and of course, the best of luck.
Thank you.
We have the holiday party is the 29th. I believe it's at 6 o'clock, the tree
Six,
lighting?
yes.
6 o'clock is the start of tree lighting. So come out, it's a great event. We had the Century Car Show, everybody else mentioned it. Monica and James, they do such a, not a good job just with the angels, but they do, I think everything they do, it shows that their love for the children with sensory issues, and that speaks of volumes about the two of them. Not just the two of them, their son and daughter as well. They're just an involved family when it comes to helping out. The trunk or treat, like Thomas said, a great event. It was over 700 kids, 30 plus cars. Again, the weather was beautiful. If we could just get rid of that wind every year, it would be perfect. Let's see what else I have here. Unfortunately, I didn't get to attend the Manny Scarangella fundraiser. We've been doing college tours, so Manny's one of the first people I met because our kids were in kindergarten together in town, and I was coaching t-ball and flag football. The guy, I don't know if he ever slept. I really, because he was involved with almost every sport his kids were involved with, plus his work, plus whatever family functions he went to. So I just want to wish him the best, to him and his family, and God bless him. And I guess happy Thanksgiving to everyone, because we won't see anybody. And congratulations to Andy for 25 years and Eddie for 50 years. That's a huge accomplishment. That's like two cycles of a law enforcement position, and he didn't get paid. So that speaks a lot about these volunteers. They don't do it for the money. So thank you to all who volunteer in town. Thank you.
There are no
Ordinances.
this evening, so we'll go into the agenda. All items listed with an asterisk are considered routine and non-controversial by the Township Council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member or member so requested, in which case the item or items will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. The one motion signifies adoption of all resolutions, receive and file letters, correspondence, reports, and approval of minutes and applications. Added today on the consent agenda is the correction action plan for the 2023 audit, or authorize the engineer to prepare specs for Mayhill Street Park and Panther Limousine. It's a new application that came in for livery license.
Motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Samaluka?
Yes.
Councilman Garrick?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer?
Yes.
Council President Oppenheimer?
Yes.
Under new business, we also have best practices survey. Ms. Ramsey will go into
It was discussed earlier.
public meeting.
Apologies. The best practices is mandatory annually. It can be submitted to the state by every municipality, and this is directly tied to the state aid that the municipality would receive. Every year they expand. In my 3-4 years of doing this in this position, it expanded probably double or triple from 50 questions to over 100 questions, varying from fiscal responsibility, best practices for personnel and management, and also IT, cybersecurity, and affordable housing. Our score came in 95% of what we needed to, well above what we needed to. So there's no impact, and that shows the best practices of the municipality being managed and operated responsibly in many factors. So we continue receiving our state aid.
We have under new business a resolution for developers agreement to approve the developers agreement with Saddlebrook Urban Renewal Association LLC.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Samaluka?
Yes.
Councilman Garrick?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer?
Yes.
Council President Camardo?
Yes. Motion to open meeting to the public for agenda items only.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak on the agenda items? Seeing no one, motion to close.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We did comments.
It's all business.
All
Yeah,
business?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just got a couple of things to say. I forgot to mention, thank you, Mr. Simaluka, for mentioning the Manny Scarangello fundraiser, which I did attend, and I want to thank Diane Bonner and Andy Gallo, the rec directors. They did a great job, and they did FaceTime Manny in the morning, and he was, I don't know, if anybody knows Manny, he's a very passionate person. He was really moved by the gesture and what the town did for him, and he was just extremely emotional and appreciative of the effort. I also want to again thank. I mentioned the Sensory Friendly Car Show, but I didn't mention James and Monica Maniscalco and his family. They are. I don't know if repeating what others have said, but it's worth repeating because they really do a heck of a job with not only Access for All. They're very involved in that, but they started the Angels program, which is a program for kids with disabilities, and they've been doing it for 10 years now. And it doesn't just take care of kids in Saddlebrook. It's part of our recreation, but it takes care of kids throughout Bergen County. So it's really a good program. So thank you, Monica and James and Michael, their son, who's deployed right now in the Middle East, in the military. So thanks for that, and just happy Thanksgiving.
Council President?
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to mention, not to be redundant, but also Manny and the Maniscalcos and Andy and Eddie and people that come out and support the township. We've got so many great residents that do so much for the township. Most of us up here try to make as many events as we can, and we meet so many wonderful people that give their time and volunteer, whether it's soccer or sports or scouts, and it makes our township so great. So I just want to recognize all the people that do that. And obviously Eddie and Andy and Manny and the Maniscalcos are just a few of the people that do so much for this township. So thank you.
Okay, motion to go into closed session.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
To closed session for, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how long.
Half hour.
Half hour?
20 minutes after.
Congrats, Steve.
So the meeting will reopen to the public after the closed session, and more than likely, the only action that will be taken is the adjournment of the meeting, but further action may be taken. So you have the right to come back in once the closed session is over.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's now closed to the public. And
Happy Thanksgiving.
Pete, do you want to get that other paper now, or you're going to send it to us?
Probably some.
Okay. All right.